Hello everyone, and welcome to the Salmon River Angling Association's fly tying class. The Salmon River Angling Association was formed in 1977, and we help conserve the Salmon River watershed. Why fly fish? For the small moments, the peacefulness of water, the art of the cast, rising fish, connecting to nature, a shared experience. The joy of catching a fish on a fly that you've tied yourself. Fly tying has been around for centuries. A book from 200 AD described the Macedonians fly fishing. Popularity increased throughout the 15th to 19th centuries as trade routes expanded, giving people more access to a variety of materials. Today, many anglers construct flies to replicate the exact bugs found in streams. Tying flies also allows you to create your own custom patterns that no one else has. The only limits you have is your imagination and creativity. In order to tie flies, you'll need a vise, a sharp pair of scissors, a bobbin holder, and tying thread. There's definitely a lot more equipment out there to make different types of flies, but this stuff will get you started. There are lots of different types of sizes and shapes of hooks. Hook sizes are usually rated by the size of the gape. The shape of the bend and the angle of the eye allow for different fishing action and will be more suitable to certain types of flies. Want to help protect the endangered Atlantic salmon? Use a barbless hook. A barbless hook causes less damage to the fish, and it's a lot easier to remove from their mouth. Many rivers in New Brunswick require that you use barbless hooks or a single hook, not the treble hook. Be sure to always refer to NB's fishing guide book when you get your fishing license. Fishing on the Salmon River allows the use of a spinner and worm until July 15th. Then most of the river becomes fly fishing only, no worms allowed. This is one way that we are helping to protect the endangered Atlantic salmon. There is a huge abundance of materials that you can use for fly tying, and we encourage you guys to experiment with different things that you may find at home. Some of the most common materials for the body of a fly include tinsel, both flat and round, floss, wool, and yarn. Furs and feathers are common materials for fly tying. Reach out to local hunters or farmers for materials. This helps promote an ethical sourcing of materials and ensures that more of the bird or animal is used, not wasted after harvesting it. Many of the furs can be dyed a wide range of color, or it can be left as its natural color. Deer fur is one of the most popular types of fur for fly tying. Its body hair and tail hair can be used for a wide range of applications on flies and can be dyed in every color imaginable. Feathers are also important for fly tying and can be used as tails, wings, toppers, or hackle for flies. Goose and swan feathers can make really intricate wings for flies, and peacock feathers provide an iridescent glow when they're in the water. Many feathers are left natural, such as duck, partridge, and turkey. These and many other feathers can be found on the ground when you get out in nature. Some of the more coveted feathers come from golden pheasants, jungle cock, and Lady Amherst pheasants. Roosters and chickens are very popular for the feathers, and there are lots of different patterns on the feathers themselves. The type of fly you want to tie will help you decide what materials you will need. Dry flies are simply flies that float. Dry flies are fun to use because they sit on top of the water, allowing you to see the fish take the fly, but they require a bit more skill to cast properly. Many dry flies use elk, antelope, calf body, and caribou hair, as the hairs are hollow, which allows them to float. Lots of fly tyers will try to match the hatch. A great example of this are nymphs. Nymphs represent the nymphal or larva stage in an insect's life cycle. Since insects spend most of their life in the nymph or larva stage, this is an important stage in terms of fish forage. A fish's diet can consist up to 95% nymphs, so this type of fly is very useful. Streamers are a great way to cover a lot of water and are the best flies to use when you don't know what the fish are eating. Streamers are perfect for the impatient angler because you move the fly a lot and don't stay in one place very long. Streamers are flies that represent minnows, crayfish, and leeches and are great to use in the spring and fall. Wet flies are flies that don't float. These are great for fishing in deeper pools of water. Unlike dry flies, you can make plenty of mistakes in casting wet flies and still have a pretty good chance of getting a fish to strike. This salmon fly is called the Picture Province, created by the renowned tyer Warren Duncan from St. John. His fly has a tag of gold symbolizing the value of Atlantic salmon, a butt of green floss honoring the fiddlehead, a tail of red goose fibers to match Canada, a body of cranberry red being one of New Brunswick's official colors, a hackle of lemon yellow being the background color of New Brunswick's flag, and black bear for the wing. Warren Duncan was probably the fastest fly tyer that ever lived, once tying a perfect rusty rat in 1 minute, 13 seconds to win a speed fly tying match. Tying also offers the avenue to get in touch with the most artistic side of fly fishing. Fully dressed Atlantic salmon flies and modern articulated streamers can be just as artistic as painting, with the hook acting as your canvas. Some of these flies can take hours to days to complete, as many use a complex married wing approach, where tiny strips of different colored swan feathers are zipped together to make a wing. So now you know the basics of fly tying and the materials that you'll need. The first pattern we'll do is called the woolly bugger, and then we will do the Hammond River bug as seen in this picture. This pattern was created in 1974 for fishing Lower Hammond River's deep, slow-moving waters. We hope you've enjoyed learning about fly tying and fly fishing. The Hammond River Angling Association also offers free fly tying nights every Tuesday at the Conservation Center. We hope to see you then.